Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's all wonderful and fantastic. I hope I get to do this video before thunderstorms hit and I lose power. Yesterday's video must have hit a little bit of a chord because I've got some feedback, what happened? Where did I go? Like, why was I so down? And I want everybody to understand, I'm still very enthusiastic about the game designs that I've been working on. I'm still very happy about them. But I'm choosing to err on the side of reality when it comes to my expectations. Optimism is a wonderful motivator. It's a wonderful fuel for feeding projects and getting things done. But for somebody like me, optimism can be very, very damaging when things don't go the way you expect them to. And in the board game world, it rarely goes the way you expect it to. And I don't just mean, yes, most first-time game designers think they have something super special that needs to be, signed under NDA and they're going to change the world, and that's not going to happen. Like, that's just, on the fringe. I don't have that thought. But I'm a realist to the sense of I expect that my train game is marketable to a certain number of people, but I don't think it's marketable to a publisher. So if that game is going to see the light of day, it's on my shoulders to make that happen, and I'm willing to do that. I am actually willing to do that. And so I'm going to pursue the idea of that, though I am going to still show it to publishers. I think there are a couple of publishers in the board gaming space who are interested in train games, and I might find one that says, ooh, I want to try this, and I say, okay. But the other two, I'm a realist, right? Like, the Utilities Project is a game that is very difficult to sell. It's just like it's a Euro game. It has a theme, but that theme is dry and boring, right? Could I make it exciting, an exciting theme? Yes. I could easily switch it to a space theme, and I've thought about it and discussed it with friends, and I think it would be a very simple switch. It would not affect the gameplay at all, and in fact, a lot of the weirdness around the Utilities theme would go away with the space theme, because it would just make sense. Like, it would work, right? So I could switch it to that. Does that make it a better game? No, it's still the exact same game, right? It's still the exact same thing. And for the style of game that it is, it's not a game where you're going to explore the mechanics. It's not a game where you're going to have discovery elements that are going to change gameplay. It's very much a sit down and play the game, and once you've played it the first time, you're going to start developing strategies that will carry through for the rest of your plays, because very little of the game state changes. And those games are special, right? Like, they're a small percentage of the market. And so finding that kind of publisher is difficult. And then the Viking game is kind of a dice roller for one, which, right? Like, a lot of people shy away from dice. It's a randomizer, and it is also your resources. So your resources are random every turn, and there's not a lot of people who want to play that. On top of that, it's pretty much a bog standard engine builder. It's pretty much just trying to get the best structures that give you the best abilities that work on your path. Now, it is a multiple path game. There are lots of different ways to score points, and you can do lots of different things to make that happen. But at the heart of it, it's just a standard engine building game, and an engine building game where your resources are random every turn, and that's asking a lot. That's a big ask for players. So I'm a realist on all of these products. I think that there is a market for all three of them, and I think that I know who that market is, and I've identified the type of gamer that would play these types of games. I've identified companies that might be interested in publishing these types of games, and I have started to send out queries. I've started to ask. Of the 6 that I've sent, I've received 0 responses. Absolutely nobody has responded to me. So I'm a realist, right? I'm very far out of the loop. Though I work in the industry every year, I see a whole lot of people. Those people have all fluxed and changed, and they're no longer with companies that I would have approached previously for publication. So I'm basically brand new. I'm a brand new veteran, right? Like, I'm brand new to this concept of trying to get published. My name doesn't carry anything with it. I'm going to, just cold call publishers at conventions and say, are you listening? Are you open for submissions? Would you like to take a look at my products? And like any publishing industry, the number of games that publishers review versus the number of games that they publish is, their published games are a very small fraction of the games that they review. And so, being a realist, I realized that the two games that I think have a potential, the Utilities game and the Viking game, those are years down the road, right? Even if I found a publisher at Gen Con this year, we're still at least probably a 2-year production window away. That's just Chevee the Realist stepping in. So I have not lost enthusiasm. In fact, I continue to be very enthusiastic. I'm excited to play these games again. My friend who was really excited about the prototype, the Utilities project, I told him yesterday that it was shipping and we would play it next week, and he got really excited about that. So, sorry that the video was a little bit dull. Not dull, down. I was a little down on it. That's just, cynical. It's kind of a defense mechanism. It always has been for me. I choose to be a realist and not be let down. That's what I have for you today. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is haughty. It is an adjective meaning snobbish and arrogant. The haughty sommelier... That is not how you say that word. The haughty sommelier, with his talismanic tasting cup and sometimes irritating self-assurance, is perceived more as the high priest of some arcane rite than as a dining room functionary paid to help you enjoy the evening. Frank J. Priall, former New York Times wine columnist. Haughty, H-A-U-G-H-T-Y. I always thought haughty carried like a, not necessarily a sexual, but a sexy overtone with it. I guess I was wrong.